Ah, Avante.
Would you please welcome from a place called Winnipeg? I've been hanging around gas stations. I've been learning about tires. I've been talking to grease monkeys. I've been working on cars. Moonshine saw a few moose of it too. Running back to Saskatoon. Red Deer tears of innocent hat. Singing another prairie tune.
Uh-oh.
You're dead. Never make out in a horror movie. You're dead.
Never.
On a couch
Every
full of
time.
mold.
Yeah.
Oh, there's songs too, though. There's murder songs.
Look at that, eh? I can't see any of their faces, eh? That's all of us, our faces, but you can't see them.
Yeah.
Freezes. Oh, I don't even want to see this.
Oh, jeez. That's like Ted Bundy.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, man. He keeps using that face of Ryan's. It's so funny.
Oh, that was great.
Which one is that? That must be Dave again. Dave's always the hot chick.
Once again, thanks to the great Rod Stickler for another awesome intro here this week on the Winnipeggers. 81 murder songs is the topic, written by Dave, of course.
Yeah. He's been a fan of the murder song.
Yeah, you know, this is going to be comedy gold for sure. Murder songs.
It's the feel-good show of the summer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I am Irvas with Spewy and Rybo, and we're here to entertain you. Hopefully we do that. Had a huge show last week with the Meatloaf tribute, and this week going straight into murder songs. So it's going to be, you never know what you're going to get here on the Winnipeggers.
It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed drink.
It really is. And we're excited to have you here. Lots of feedback from the family. It's been huge over the last few weeks. We'll just go right to the mailbag here, which, of course, the mailbag is just comments underneath the videos on YouTube. So if you guys want to write something, you can. This is about the feedback for best memes, which we did last 2 weeks ago, episode 79. Michelle Worrell says, this was one of the funniest Winnipeggers. Thank you, guys. I had fun. All right. Yeah. Alan X, Ian Alex K says, my favorite episode so far. Keep rocking it, guys.
Really? Wow. I thought it was pretty stock myself, but that's great. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Jay Miller says, any chance on getting the great Jamie Farr to come back for another cameo? He was our first guest.
He was our
here.
very first guest, man. That was 65 episodes ago. We didn't start off with the first 15 or whatever with any cameos. No,
he's still with
so
us,
good.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
He's still here. He actually, he was going to be part of a full part of the show, but he actually got a Section 8, so he's not on the show anymore.
By the way, he's still here. Celebrity death pool. Who's next?
Naja Griffin says this is a great damn show, and she's right.
Thank you.
John right. Belinda says great show. And the one last one here is from Glenda Sheehan, no relation to Billy, or maybe she is. I don't know. She could be. Never missed a show. Love you guys. Love Rybo's funny voices. He is so clever doing the commercials. Rybo, have you ever had a Porksky moment? Is what she has.
No.
Porksky. Have you had one, Rybo?
Porksky. Oh, I'm sure I've had lots of Porksky moments. I have to think of one.
Hold on a second.
Porksky, Porksky, na na na.
Sunburn.
Porksky, Porksky, na na na. He always makes the wrong decision.
I worked with this guy once, and I said to him, this is what I said to him. I said, hey, I saw this guy that looks like a sketchier version of you. That's what I said to the guy. He's like, oh, thanks. A sketchier version, not even just like a sketchy version of you. It's a sketchier version of you. And he's like, thanks, man. He was a friend.
I went down to grab a chicken salad today. I'm at the hotel here, and I went down to the restaurant. And there was a guy sitting there that I was convinced was Christian, my friend Jay from AEW. And I went, "What doing? What doing, man?" And he turns around and looks at me. He's like, when he turned around and looked at me, I was looking at somebody else that was there too, and I was like, "What doing?" And he's staring. I look, it's not Christian. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, you look like Christian." He's like, "Who's Christian?" I'm like, just a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just take this. And he really looked a lot like him. He was not happy about it at all. Dave says that you have a sunburn problem, Rybo, or something.
I get lots of sunburns. I've had when you get that, like, I just, you go to the beach, you forget, you're drunk, you don't think about it. You think I'm not out in the sun for 11 months of the year, and then all of a sudden I go out and I'm just in there and I'm just burning to a crisp. You can't even put the sheets on you. You can feel the heat radiating. Someone's standing a meter away, and you can just feel the radiant heat coming out. I once went to Huntington Beach. I'll just put my own stuff on here. No, don't. I don't want you to touch my back or anything like that. I'll get it. You missed like a hole. It looked like the map of the United States on my back as a burn. The rest was completely white, and then just the red United States. And then I also had around my torso area, where my belt would be. I guess I pulled I was at Huntington Beach, and I pulled down my swim shorts a little bit, and I had this ring around my entire body that was it looked like a belt, and the rest of me was white, but that was just burnt. And then after about 5 months, it turned into a nice tan. So I said to people, "Hey, you want to see my tan line?" And I'd show it to them, and it's like, "Oh, that really is
It's a literal tan line."
That's a Porskis there. A couple of Porskis with the sunburn. I could go on. We could do a whole episode about sunburn.
Yeah.
Let me
Drunk Phil.
You probably could, right? Yeah. Lots of stuff going on today. I don't even know really where to start. I do know, though, that we have had a lot of things that kind of been going on lately, Dave, that have kind of been, I don't know, bothering me. But I just kind of do. I do a little yoga. I kind of do a little breathing and take it. Anything been bugging you lately, Rybo?
Me?
Yeah. You all right?
Well, sunburns.
Okay,
Yeah,
sunburn's
lately,
bugging Rybo.
but I mean,
some things bugging me. How about you, Dave? Some stuff bugging you?
There's always something. I'm trying to, but that yoga's not working for me. I tried the CBD oil. It doesn't work. I got massive insomnia. It's killing me. Lately, there's been a few...
Dave's rant. He's really pissed. It's excellent. Dave's rant. Let's watch him lose his shit.
I think I have misophonia. I'm pretty sure. I can't. It's when you just absolutely have a hatred for people that eat with their mouth open. When I hear the noise of people eating and drinking, it just drives me crazy. So I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to make sure. Misophonia, I think this is what it's called. And it just bothers me when I hear the mouth chapping and the dinner. And I like to play the music. You have to play the music when you're having a dinner party or you're hanging out with people eating, because otherwise it's just too much. I can't stand that. There's other things. I don't want to take over the show, that's for sure, tonight, because I'm kind of laid back today, but I'm still pissed off. It's funny. I have the yin and yang on it. I can't stand yin and yang. I can't stand long story short. When you say that to me, when you say long story short, I die inside. It's a dart to the nuts. I just fall down. I go, oh God, it's going to be a long, drawn out story. Anybody that says long story short it's like, oh God, no, is what I think. Yeah. I had to take the car in. I'm driving an older model Honda. I believe in quality. But she's got like 350,000 kilometers on it, and I throw $1,000 in a year. It's a lot better than a payment. I mean, but we're starting to make money at Winnipeggers, so that's going to change. I'll probably get new tires
last week.
Get some new buns for it or something. It's a new stereo. And the engine light is flashing on me again. Coming up a hill, going snowboarding, Trans-Canada Highway. Little flash. What the hell does that mean, right? So I take it to a garage. And I said, listen, I think what I need is just these couple things. I won't bore you with the details because I also hate it when people talk about cars, and I know how that would feel. And the mechanic says, okay, well, that'll be, for everything you need, it'll be about $200. I said, oh, great, I'll bring it in. We'll see you on Monday. I bring it in, and he goes, okay, well, we got it up on the hoist here. It goes, it's going to be $780. $780 from $200 is a little bit of a big difference, okay? Right. You're blowing my yearly Winnipeggers salary away, okay? This is it's very unfair. So, and you don't know. I mean, they could be saying anything. So then I say, okay, what kind of parts are they? And then he comes back, goes, well, if you don't go with the best, and if you don't do this and you want to do that, and then he gives me a new price of $560, then he says, I'll tell you what, you seem like a nice guy. Seem like a nice guy. And he drops down to $375. Seems like a nice guy clothes. What kind of a crappy place is this? Holy crap, I couldn't believe it. And then also I was out in the wild, and somebody said, oh yeah, you're Dave Spivak, Speedway from Winnipeggers. Yeah. Here's my business card. Oh, thanks. That'll end up underneath my driver's seat with broken pens and nickels and pennies, okay? If I clean that car out, which is the only time I clean a car out is when I'm either selling it or donating it to the Kidney Foundation, it's just absolutely full of crap, okay, like that. Oh, here's business cards. Like, we don't need business cards, just some kind of code. I'll hold my phone up. Okay, I got you, thanks. This 10-year challenge, I don't know if you guys are on Facebook, if you're big Facebook people. I think the family is. I don't know if you two generally are, but they got this 10-year challenge. So what you do is you put a picture of yourself, Ryan, from 10 years ago, and then you put a picture of you today. And nobody's beaten time, okay? Nobody's beaten time. You look like a real estate agent from 20 years ago looking really nice, and what she looks like or he looks like today is not the same. And I don't want to join YouTube Premium, by the way. Been on YouTube a lot. A little box comes up. Would you like to join YouTube Premium? I don't want to join it. It's driving me crazy. My last thing, I don't want to take over the show. We have so much to talk about. I did write this show, and I don't like writing shows. Another thing that bothers me. Stop having a one-on-one conversation on the group text, okay? I'm talking to you two. I don't want any more one-on-one conversations about this guy. Maybe I'm not interested, and it's too much. There's 7 people on there, 4 of them don't ever speak, but still, we don't need this one-on-one.
Dropped out.
Yeah, so that's what I have. I didn't want to take over the show, but the sound of people eating and drinking, which is Misophonia, long story short, the engine light, the garage ripoff. Don't give me a business card. 10-year challenge. I don't want to join YouTube Premium. I got enough problems. I got enough things I'm joining all the time, and emails all the time coming and going. And stop it with the stupid one-way conversations on a group text. Involve everybody, okay?
I'm loving these Dave Rant recaps. That he's
I know. he's finally finished. Then he goes for another minute saying
I don't have a lot for murder songs, so I'm just trying to.
I went to see Bruce. I went to see Bruce Dickinson's one-man show a couple weeks ago in Tampa, and while I was there, 2 people came up to me and said, we watched the Winnipeggers. We love the Winnipeggers. So that's not bad. There's probably 600 people there. So 2 out of 600 is about 10%, I think, of the people there.
I was never a mathematician.
Episode 83, math.
That's why I'm here.
That's because you listened to that Hindu math when you were younger on
Oh, that's great.
And you get a whole different system.
VPW channel 11.
Episode 37.
Yeah.
Great stuff, Dave, as always. And great stuff from this week's sponsor. Great place. If you grew up in Winnipeg and Manitoba, a lot of lakes around, every lake has like a convenience store, a gas station on it. And these are the fine people from the Caddy Lake gas station. You ever been to Caddy Lake, Rybo?
I've been there several times. Yeah,
we've all been there.
Very, very nice there. I think the guy that works there is like the son of the owner or something like that, but he's very friendly and very
colorful character. Yeah.
Colorful character. Well, thanks to the fine people, the colorful characters at the Caddy Lake gas station for sponsoring Winnipeggers this week.
You in the boat you rode in on running on empty? Well, paddle on down to Caddy Lake Gas Bar and Tackle. Whatever needs you got, we got your needs covered. When you pull up your car, truck, or boat into Caddy Lake Gas Bar and Tackle, you'll be greeted by our friendly and complimentary on-site staff. Of course, I've seen a lot of boats come and go, I've seen little boats and big boats. Of course, your boat is the best. Need a refill on your fishing supplies? We got more tackle than Ray Lewis. We've got hooks, lines, sinkers, floats, rods, reels, baits, lures, spears, nets, gas, traps, waders, and tackle boxes. We've got new leaders, swivels, split rings and wire, snaps, beads, spoons, blades, and spinners. Not to mention live bait, we got worms, minnows, shad, mad toms, and crayfish galore, live and in our store, plus much, much more. Of course, there are many places to get gas and tackle. Of course, ours is the best. Caddy Lake Gas Bar and Tackle, serving the white shell and beyond. Come for the worms, stay for the adulation.
Now that is not the Caddyshack gas station. That looks like that's out of the Ozark television show or something. The Caddyshack gas station would love to be like, or Caddy Lake. Oh, Caddyshack. Yeah.
Come for the worms, stay for the adulation. I still don't know what that means.
Of course, you guys are the best.
So this actually stems from a time that Rybo and I'm not sure if Dave was there. We actually went to the Caddy Lake bait and tackle shop. And the guy at the dock was giving us those types of compliments, wasn't he, Rybo?
Yeah, we called them cabin boys. Me, you, VH, and Matt were there. And we used to just, I don't know, we were just drinking in the boat. We had the speedboat, and we just park in the middle of the lake, and then we just turn it off. And then eventually we just kind of drift over, and then we'd have to start it up again and just go to the middle of the lake again. Eventually we ran out of gas doing this, and we went and visited Cabin Boy, and he was just... He was very talkative, but
I literally remember him going like, "There's many boats on this lake. Of course, yours is the best." Like he actually said that and talked like that.
He did. That's not a picture of him. I got that from SCTV actually. But is
that Joe Flaherty? Great stuff there. So if you're at Caddy Lake, stop by and see the Cabin Boy, and he will tell you that yours is the best.
The best boat.
Speaking of the best, this is the best fucking show you're ever going to see, and today is Murder Songs as written by Dave. And to give us his favorite murder songs, huge fan of the show, and the last surviving member of the Ramones. Here's Marky Ramone to give us his favorite songs about death.
Hey, Winnipeggers, how you doing? It's Marky Ramone here. This is a shout out to Sweewee, Rybo, and Elvis. I have a few songs about death that I like. First up, Suicide from a band Dust that I play drums on. That's the first band I was in. It was a heavy metal band. And it's about a guy who stood in the rain with his electric guitar so he could become a star. And Dead Man's Curve, Jan and Dean, about two guys that started racing along California and eventually got to Dead Man's Curve. It was a race between a Corvette and a Jaguar XKE. The Corvette won. And the next one is about, let me see, Pet Sematary, the Ramones. The movie is great. The song is better. It's all about being in the graveyard and dead animals, Pet Sematary. Anyway, those are the three songs that I could come up with. So if you never heard them, check it out. To me, the best one is Dust, called Suicide. So give it a try, give it a listen. Enjoy the rest of 2022.
Awesome.
I like. Who's doing the camera? Is that it's like Dr. Tongue's House of Murder Songs or something?
That's pretty. That's a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. He was good. That was a good one.
That was really cool.
I love the fact that the super thick accent, as you would expect the Ramones to have.
Yeah.
Standing in the rain with his guitar.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's the drummer too, right?
He's the drummer. He's not the original drummer. He replaced Tommy Ramone, or Tommy Ramone.
You know, it's so weird when you have these bands when they need like the Killer Dwarfs or something. They need to find a new person in the band, and not only do you have to play the instrument really well, but you actually have to have the same last name as everybody else, which
it's
is
weird.
pretty hard to find. You know,
It's like Kathy Ferguson and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, totally. Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Great stuff there from Marky Ramone, the legendary Marky Ramone, the legendary Ramones. And I asked him I said, what are your favorite songs about death? Because I didn't want to. What's your favorite murder songs? And I didn't know if he would like understand his songs that you murder people to, or songs about murder. So, and I said, if I wrote what's your favorite songs about murder, that might be a little bit too creepy, and he might not do it. So I just said favorite songs about death. So 3 great choices, but today our songs are murder songs. Dave, give us the idea of what you have in mind here for these types of songs.
Well, okay. So I've always had some favorite songs, mostly in the country genre, that were the kind of murder songs. And then there were even folk songs. Okay, I'll start really way back. 1929, Tom Dooley. And this is more of a traditional folk song based on an 1866 murder of a woman named Laura Foster. Okay, in Wilkes County, North Carolina, that was killed by Tom Dooley and hung. And that's one of the first real murder songs is Tom Dooley. In fact, Neil Young and Crazy Horse recreated all those old folk songs like Oh, Susanna and all that stuff and rocked them out about 10 years ago. It's a fantastic piece. So that's kind of how I even knew about the Tom Dooley, because they covered it.
As sung by the Kingston Trio made a big hit of that.
That's right. And that was 1929 was the first recording. They did it, I think, in the 50s or 60s, I think. And 1866 is the story. So it's kind of haunting. My hair standing up, Rybo, a little bit.
Should we go like one at a time here? Or
sure. Yeah, sure.
That's a good one. Yeah. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
Yes, exactly.
Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, because today you're going to die.
Yeah.
So he killed people. Rybo, you got one?
Well, actually, there's one. I was doing a little bit of reading, and there's one called
Grease Lightning.
One called Two Sisters that Tom Waits recorded on his Orphans album. It's about 2 sisters that go down to the river. There's a lot of stories about going down to the river. By the way, if you're with a country singer, especially, do not go down to the river. Do not do it. Hey, honey, let's go down to the river. It's not going to work out.
Shot my baby.
But two sisters. Supposedly, this came from 1656. This song has been around that long that it's like 400 years old, about these 2 sisters that go down there. It's kind of unclear. It's been covered a bunch of times, whether the one sister was drowned on purpose or was just drowning and the other one decided not to help is kind of unclear, but that's kind of where that starts there.
Wow.
So
would they save a life in the 16th century? I wonder,
yeah.
See ya.
There's no video cameras. Nobody
makes 30 anyway. Bye.
I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man. Of course,
That's
Run for
the
Your
end.
Life by the Beatles. John Lennon wrote this. It's on the Revolver. Oh, sorry, it's on Rubber Soul.
It's Rubber Soul, yeah.
And just this like out of left field, the Beatles, Love Me Do, and With Love From Me to You, and Hard Day's Night, and We Love You, and I Love This, and I Love That, and then this one just comes out of fucking nowhere. You know that I'm a wicked guy and I was born with a jealous mind, but I can't spend my whole life trying to make you toe the line. You better run for your life if you can, little girl. Hide your head in the sand, little girl.
Yeah, if I catch you with another man, that's the end.
And then the other one is, let this be a sermon. I mean everything I said, baby, I'm determined. I'd rather see you dead.
That's a great one.
Imagine that coming out in 1965 and what people would think about this like lovable John Lennon, who's basically, if you go with another man, I'm going to fucking murder you.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of that, and maybe he was influenced by that type of music, because there is a lot of that. That's for sure.
Well, I think he was too, because actually he lifted that from Elvis. I'd rather see you dead, little girl. That's from one of the Elvis songs. Yeah,
really.
But it's way more. It's not. He took it and turned it into a much darker.
He took it to the extreme.
And Elvis's would have been a cover of something.
I can't remember what that song is.
Elvis had a lot of originals. He didn't write them, but he had a lot of people writing songs.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, right. Good call. Okay,
exactly.
It's kind of
all right, Dave.
Well, I've got a lot, let me tell you, because I wrote the episode. Back with the Beatles, Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Good one.
And the song about a student named Maxwell Edison who commits murders, with very dark lyrics, disguised with an upbeat sound.
Yeah.
Sort of like ran out of money.
Yeah.
But that's just back on the Beatles one. But I have another if I can throw it in there if that's okay because I don't.
One quick thing I love about Maxwell Silverhammer, if you've seen Get Back, which we've talked about a couple episodes ago, Mal Evans, who's like the Beatles everyman, he does everything, like fucking you name it, he was the guy. It shows him playing the anvil, bang bang, ding ding, silver, and he's like so excited. Now his turn, ding ding.
Banging it with the hammer.
With the hammer, yeah.
It's really heavy to get that in there. It's bad enough moving a bunch of heavy amps and stuff. You got to be. Who's going to give me a hand with the anvil? Imagine bringing that to every show.
And also, that was the first appearance of the Moog synthesizer.
Oh, cool.
Another Beatles pioneering audio sonic, not invention, but they were the first ones to do it, and no one knows that. So there you go.
Because that guy, he came down, Moog or whatever his name was. The actual
Moog,
guy
Moog.
came down. Yeah.
I'm pronouncing it like the goaltender. I don't know how he pronounced it.
Andy Moog.
Dave?
Delia's Gone, Johnny Cash. That's what kind of made me want to even write the episode. That's one of my favorite Cash songs. And Delia's gone, one more round, Delia's gone. And it gets pretty graphic. Like the verses get pretty graphic, but he says, Delia's gone, but jailer, oh jailer, jailer, I can't sleep. 'Cause all around the bedside, I hear the patter of Delia's feet. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. And I believe it was the Rick Rubin, American
music.
Right. That he did that on. And it's haunting. It's just him and an acoustic. And it's really something. And that's the reason this episode was written to Johnny.
There you go.
Well, Johnny Cash had tons, man. He had like a lot of those Fulsom prison blues and all that, and cocaine blues.
But he did kill somebody named Delia. This one's true, though.
Yes. No. A lot of them are based on actual true things, though. But I'm not sure. Like I have a whole bunch. I'm just gonna list off a few. I hope I don't step on anyone's toe. But Hey Joe. That's
Hey Joe. Oh, nice. Good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. Every Breath You Take is kind of like about a stalker. It's not really murder.
Yeah, could be a murder. Yeah.
Down by the River by Neil Young also is very don't go to the river. Don't go to the river.
Never.
Bohemian Rhapsody. We got Nebraska, 18 in Life, even.
Oh man.
Frankie and Johnny, which they made a movie about.
You're just throwing all my material out.
The guy went out dancing with some other girl and he came home. This is the true story. He came home and then the wife shot him. So, just for the girls out there, that's not all about killing your wife. There's some killing your husbands and boyfriends too. So it's nice and equal with the murdering with these nice ballads.
It is nice. I like it. It's Natural Born Killers, I believe might have been based on the song Nebraska that you mentioned. I heard that you listed it. Bruce Springsteen, because the lyrics were, saw her standing on the front lawn, just twirling her baton. Me and her went for a ride, sir, and 10 innocent people died. From the town of Lincoln, Nebraska, with a sawed-off 410 on my lap, through to the Badlands of Wyoming, I killed everything in my path. Right? It's just about, and then he gets murdered in the song because he's facing the electric chair. I can't say I'm sorry for the things I've done. At least for a little while, sir, me and her had some fun. And then he's put to death in the song. Right? It's crazy.
Well, that's a kind of nice ending, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just romantic. We're all about the romance murder songs on the Winnipeggers. We're lovers. We love.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me give you a couple here. Good Morning Black Friday, Megadeth off the Peace Cells album, which listen to these lyrics. It almost gets into Cannibal Corpse territory. Swinging the hammer, I hack through their heads. Defiant defiler, you're next to be dead. I unleash my hammer with sadistic intent, pounding, surrounding, slamming through your head. Yeah, their bodies convulse in agony and pain. I mangle their faces till no features remain. A blade for the butchering, I cut them to shreds. First take out the organs, then cut off the head. The remains of their flesh now sop under my feet. One more bloody massacre, the murder's complete. And then the famous line, a merciless butcher who lives underground. I'm out to destroy and I will cut you down. Great tune, man. That's total awesome 80s Megadeth.
See you in VIP. Buy your VIP.
If you want to know the rest of the words, come see me in VIP. That's a
I
good one.
love that. I love that tune. I never knew those lyrics like
Yeah.
that. though. That's great.
They're that
Yeah.
bad. I remember reading those when I was a kid, going, "Holy shit, what have I gotten myself into?" Because at that point, we didn't really know much about what Megadeth was. You know what I mean? It was like,
I didn't even think about Cannibal Corpse for this episode, but every song of theirs is just you can't even talk about it.
I know you can't really do that. And then another good one is, of course, Killers, Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah,
Which
Ryan and I love that. Yeah,
sets a great tone with the intro, with the bass intro, and bow, and it's like it's got kind of an ominous like feel to it. Like you could play that music if a person was running through the subway, the eyes burn a hole in your back.
Yeah.
That could be background music for a murder in a movie.
and they should use that in a movie. Actually,
should.
Now, does that have the line? I'm gonna find my man. I'm gonna drive him around.
No, that's Rothschild.
Okay,
And it's gonna find my man. I'm gonna track him down.
right.
I love that because both Dave and I thought that you were like, I'm gonna
For
drive,
years.
gonna find my man driving him around. Why do they say that?
Yeah.
Good one.
And the Killer's line that I like, it's right near the end. He says, "I have found you, and now there is no place to run. Excitement shakes me. Oh God, help me. What have I done?" And then at the very end, he goes, "I did it again."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's really like he's
Yeah,
like, "What have I done? I did it again." Like I thought that was really, really well written. Steve Harris wrote those lyrics. So very, very cool stuff there.
Very cool. Sung by Paul Di'Anno.
Paul Di'Anno,
Cool, man.
probably
Very
my
cool.
favorite Paul Di'Anno Maiden song right there.
I like that stuff. I like that early Maiden
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Could do a whole episode on that.
Absolutely. So I got so we got to
Write
talk
it on
about,
that post-it note.
before we're through. We got to talk about Nick Cave because Nick Cave released an album called Murder Ballads.
Oh wow, yeah.
And there's they're all murder ballads. It's just ridiculous. I went online actually to see, and there's a death count on there. 75 murders on that album. Basically, there's a song called
This is called Ted Bundy.
yeah. There's a song called O'Malley's Bar. It's a 13-minute song. The details the killing of 12 people in this bar where he just goes there and just shoots people in the head and just does all these, he's yelling at the end. He's yelling, "Fear me, fear me, fear me," but none of them did because they're all dead.
Jeez.
Wow,
Heavy
these are
stuff.
nice love songs,
Yeah,
aren't they?
Another feel good. Another good one is Night Prowler, AC/DC,
Oh man, that's on my list. That's great.
from the Highway to Hell
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
Which of course is apparently written not about Richard Ramirez, but was influenced by that. And it's very Bon Scotty, where he's kind of like lascivious, and he's the Night Prowler. And is it a double entendre? Not really, because the last verse is, "I'm your night prowler, break down your door. I'm your night prowler, crawling across your floor. I'm the night prowler, make a mess out of you. I'm telling this to you. There's nothing you can do.
Right.
So
yeah.
you're a mess." He's
Yeah.
basically just making a mess of you.
And Ramirez got 19 death sentences for that,
Right.
For influencing that AC/DC album.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good one. You got
I
any
like
other
that.
ones? I got one last
I do.
really good one.
Yeah,
But go ahead,
I could
Dave.
give you a
Go.
couple here. I got okay. So when the lights went out in Georgia, 1972, Vicki Lawrence, one hit wonder for real, no other hits. Crazy. Everybody else that covered that song was
Is that
huge
Vicki
star.
Lawrence though, who went on to do like Mama's Family and like she was like Carol Burnett's like a sidekick and a lot of that stuff?
No.
I think it's the same one.
No, there's no
No.
way. Fine, I bet you $5 Canadian right now.
That's
That's how much I believe in myself. $5 Canadian, and that gives away at least half of my proceeds from Winnipeggers.
a fin.
While you're looking at it, how about we haven't talked about, because we're always saying it's like it's everything. It's man versus woman, woman versus woman, women against man. Dixie Chicks, Goodbye Earl. That was a huge song in 1999, and that was showing the women what he was like, an abuser, I believe, and a story about women who murdered him, right, and took him down. So that was a really kind of powerful girl power type song. It was really cool.
Just Dave, you can send that $5 Canadian because it was that Vicki Lawrence who had a number one in 1973 with The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
So these fucking people, by the way, that are singer-songwriters that are also involved in showbiz and acting make me sick. Okay? They're on podcasts, they have albums coming out soon, and they're just too much, just enough already. Pick one.
$5.
Isn't that what you're doing?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Whoops. Kill him.
Here's a good one that you guys might not know, but it's Not only is it a murder song, it's my favorite song by the greatest rock and roll band of all time, the Stones. Of course, talking about the Midnight Rambler.
Yeah, Midnight Rambler.
Talked about the Boston Strangler.
Sure, yeah.
That's right.
Which once again has a lot of you heard about the Boston Strangler. It's not one of those. I'm talking about the Midnight Rambler, the one that closed the bedroom door. I'm called the hit and run raper in anger, the knife sharp and tippy toe, just shoot him dead,
Jeez.
brain bell jangler. You know, the one you've never seen before. I'm going to smash down your plate glass windows, put a fist through your steel plated door, and stick my knife right down your throat.
You know, it's a good thing nobody
gets.
It's a good thing nobody could ever understand Jagger's lyrics, right?
Totally.
I mean, honestly, that stuff from some girls, everything is just
the
like
woke culture came after Brown Sugar because of those lyrics. If anyone could figure out what he's saying in Midnight Ramble, I don't think they'd really like that one. He sings this every night. I'm the hit and run raper in anger. I mean, listen to that shit. That's the fucking Stones. Anyone thinks, oh yeah, the Stones. These guys are lunatics. They're way crazier than Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, it just disguised it with the accents. That's all it is. In fact, we'll do an episode. We'll take Jagger down. Jagger's canceled. We'll go through all his lyrics.
Episode 83, canceling Jagger.
I think Cannibal Corpse is just doing a bunch of Rolling Stones covers there. It sounds like Hammer Smashed Face was written by Keith Richards. That's surprising.
Well, it really doesn't mean what you think it does, man.
Puncture Wound Massacre.
Great episode, guys. That's funny.
Any last ones before we wrap it up?
Well, one of the first ones I remember was you just mentioned Guns N' Roses, but I remember that I used to love her, but I had to kill her. That
That's
was
right. That's a good
about
one.
Axl Rose's dog.
Oh, was it about his dog?
Yeah, he put his dog down and buried her in the backyard. And but yeah.
Well, but the song's probably not completely about that.
Yeah, well, it is.
No, but I think that's kind of that's interesting. That's the nicest one of the murder songs so far.
Yeah,
that we mentioned.
I don't think so. I can still hear her complain.
I can still hear her complain. Well,
dogs don't complain.
I need treats. They do. I need a cookie. I need a treat. You got to take me for a walk.
Totally.
Who's that? Somebody's here. Someone's on the back lane. You know, they're mental.
Yeah, but you don't need to bury them
probably
6 feet under. Just like maybe
you have like 75 dogs, Chris. You probably just block it out by now.
I don't know if. I'm sticking by the fact that Axl wrote that. Maybe he was influenced by his dog. But he wrote it about a chick.
Yeah, it was towards that murder ballad type stuff. You know, I'm gonna write a song about John Wayne Bobbitt.
Don't mention Axl on the show. He'll never talk to us again.
Oh, he's banned anyway, isn't he?
Well, no, Paul Gargano's banned. He'll be on the ban list.
Oh, that's great. Take a still of him in the ocean with his shirt off and put him on the ban list.
Another great show, guys. Thanks
to
Rod Stickler for a great intro. Thanks to the fine people at Caddy Lake Bait and Tackle. And, of course, to the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Marky Ramone, for guesting with us here. Out of all the ones we mentioned, what's your favorite murder song out of all the ones that we spoke about, Dave?
Dahlia's Gone by far. It's incredible. Check it out. It's Rick Rubin produced, Johnny Cash.
Gotcha. Rybo, how about you?
I'll say O'Malley's Bar, Nick Cave.
All right, I'm gonna go with I'll go with Midnight Rambler, but I'll go with Black Friday just for the ridiculousness of the lyrics. And Dave sings them all too, so next time you hear that, it's not like Cannibal Corpse. We just go.
Yeah.
So, but don't murder anybody this week, guys, because you won't be able to watch Winnipeggers from Yale.
Yeah.
We will be here next week. We don't know what the topic is yet, but it's going to be a great show. Probably.
Or we'll be on a different network. You never know.
It could be our next week. Could be our week, guys. So
I got a good feeling about it.
I got a really good feeling about it.
Here's the meeting.